It's just a beautiful venue, really intimate, excellent beer and excellent food, and really incredible music.
I absolutely love their quirky and intimate vibe.
The musicians love the place, and so the audience love it as well.
So we're in the music with
everyone thinks we're a couple. I don't know why.
We've been best friends since school, so we'd always talk about how amazing it would be to have a venue, the kind of venue that we'd like to hang out.
Yeah.
The kind of place where we'd like to go to listen to music.
Well, it reminds me a bit of playing at the Bluebird in Nashville. There's not much separation between the audience and the person who's singing, which is a really cool thing for the performer as well as the audience, I think. And it sounds really good too.
We have a bit of a philosophy here that I've tried to create. My favourite moments of Green Note are when you forget there's anything between you and the musicians. And when you kind of break down that barrier between the performer and the audience, something really magical can happen in the room, and that's where we get our atmosphere from. It's a real pleasure to see a lot of the musicians come through here go on to bigger and better things. Sometimes they get a little bit too big to come back to our little tiny room that we love so much, but quite often they come back anyway and just don't tell that many people about it. It's a great feeling to feel like you've been a part of that journey to that kind of success.
There are plenty of things about the Green Note that make it exceptionally special as a venue, and not least the two women, Evie and Risa, that run it. Everything that they do seems to be done very gracefully and very effortlessly. You know, all the way from DIY to the big decisions, they're doing it all themselves.
We wanted to create a scene, bring a community to us, and there is a scene out there. I think we've tapped into it, but also created it as well.
This is not a business you do for the business side of it.
You've got to do it for the love of it.
For the love of it.
You just feel amazing vibrations. You just feel great when you're here. It's actually very, very rare, I find, in London to be at a place with so much heart.
Good evening and welcome. It's Friday the 5th of February and the 81st episode of Virtually Green Note. We've been having a couple of technical issues tonight with our host Emma, who I think she's just signed in. I think she's going to take over from us now, so let's hand over to Emma. Emma, are you there? No. Oh, I'm not sure if she's...
Can you hear me?
Yes, there you go.
Hello. So sorry about that, guys. Apologies. Right.
Here, take it from there. Go, Emma.
Okay. Right. Well, good evening and welcome. It is Friday the 5th of February and this is the 81st episode of Virtually Green Note. My name is Emma and I'll be your host this evening. Thank you very much for joining us wherever in the world that you are. We are delighted to have you. Please do let us know in the comments box as well where you are in the world, because we love to see where you're tuning in from. And we are delighted to have you because we have got a folk-tastic lineup for you tonight. And yes, I really did just say that. I'm turning to Smashy and Nicey by the second. First up, we have got a Canadian folk singer-songwriter who's a 5-time International Songwriting Competition finalist and winner of MNB's SOCAN Song of the Year. His first full-length album, After the Fall, was released to great national radio support and earned a nomination for Pop Recording of the Year at the 2019 East Coast Music Awards. The album was inspired by a fall into the ocean in 2015, which left him seriously injured and was the catalyst that changed the way he approached life and songwriting. His follow-up album, In Frames 1A, was released at the end of 2020. With over 10 years' experience in the industry, his self-deprecating banter and unique sound sets the stage for his beautiful, intimate and honest songwriting. Broadcasting all the way from Montreal, please welcome ADYN TOWNES.
Hello.
Hello there. How are you,
hi.
sir?
Good. How are you?
Very well, thank you
Thanks so
very
much for having me. I loved the preview because I feel like I'm at a show and not in a bedroom. But yeah, thanks so much for having me.
That's our beloved Green Note, and we hope to have you there one day. So.
Oh, I look forward to coming and having a beer. Well, I guess I'll.
So do we. Oh wait, I'm just going to introduce the other two.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll be doing it in a round.
Good. I had notes written down. I just clearly didn't look at them.
It's all good. You hang tight there, Aiden. Back in a sec. So next up, we have a critically acclaimed BBC Radio 2 Folk Award-winning singer-songwriter and folk musician hailing from Derbyshire. She's named as Brit-Folk's most vibrant and forthright new young talent by MOJO magazine, as well as regularly featuring in the UK official independent charts with 5 albums and numerous collaborations, earning her glittering reviews. She's performed all over the world and also at top festivals, including main stage performances in Glastonbury, Steinman and Vancouver Folk Festival, amongst others. She's also written for film, television and theatre, and in 2019 premiered her new folk ballet, The Sisters of Elver Hill, which she co-wrote with Ballet Folk for the Cambridge Folk Festival. Broadcasting from Derby this evening, please welcome Lucy Ward.
Hey up.
Hello,
How are
Chuck.
you?
Pretty great. Lovely to see your wee face there.
It's lovely to speak to your omnipotent vibrating dot, Emma, and lovely to see Aiden. Hey, babe.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, well, thanks very much. I love being your vibrating dot. Gives me great joy. And last but not least, we have got a multi-award nominated Icelandic singer-songwriter from Reykjavik who sings in both English and Icelandic, reflecting upon the existential crises and frolicking joys of modern-day rustic fjord-dwelling men, whilst dismantling myths and stereotypes about his elvish and magical people and country. He's released 4 solo albums to date and numerous collaborations, collaborating with Marketa Iglova of Once Fame on his album Oldeslu, and has toured extensively around Europe, Australia and North America. He is also one of the founding members and curators of the Melodica Festival, curating the Reykjavik branch of the festival. Broadcasting all the way from Reykjavik, please welcome Svavar Knútur.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hello there. Can you hear you loud and
Wonderful.
clear, mister? What a lovely
Great
sparkling
to see
view
you
you have
guys.
behind you. Great to see you too.
Oh yeah, that's my little salad. This is my little Arctic salad on my balcony.
Salad.
Yeah.
I love it. So you guys, you didn't know each other before, but you were introduced by via Global Music Match, which is quite exciting. And you've been collaborating on something exciting, which you'll tell us all about later. But more on that in a wee bit. So regulars, you know the drill, but for anybody new joining us this evening, Virtually Green Note takes the form of a writer's round. So each artist is going to take it in turns to perform a song, and then in between songs we're hopefully going to hear a little bit about the ideas and the inspiration even behind their songs, and then they're going to hand over to the next artist. So tonight we're going to start off with Aiden, followed by Lucy, and then Svavar. So, kicking us off this evening, we have Mr. ADYN Townes. Take it away, Aiden.
All right. It's my time. Hey, gang. How you doing?
Oh, it's so nice to share an evening of music
I
with you
know.
guys.
That's so good. I probably should have let you know that it's just, I'm just going to be doing exclusively Lucy Ward and Svavar Knútur covers. So that's all.
Great.
All
My
night.
set's
crazy,
all
man.
ADYN Townes tunes.
Yeah, it was a busy night learning them all, but all right. I'm gonna kick off with this song called "That," about all of the things that you wish you'd done differently. This is a newer one, but I've been circling around it for a long, long time. That I held you close, that you didn't go, that I didn't drown the embers of you that left us in smoke, that I
loved you with all that I had, that I held you up and not held you back, that a simple word could show you the truth, that someday again it would be me and you. That I didn't wait, that I made you stay, that I didn't write my promise in sand that just washed away, that I loved you with all that I had, that I held you up and not held you back, that a simple line could show you the truth, that someday again it would be me and you. That I held you close, that you didn't go, that I let you know that I wish you'd come home, that I loved you with all that I had, that I held you up and not held you back, that this simple song could show you the truth, that someday again it will be me and you. Me and you. Oh, me and you. Oh, me and you. Me and you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Ah, very well done, man.
Thanks.
It's a beautiful new
Cheers.
tune. Cheers.
Thanks, friends.
It's, you know, it's a folk show when you kick off with a song like that. Just punch people straight in the soul, Aiden. Don't worry about it. It's
That's
fine.
my energetic one.
Legend. So we can see all of you commenting on Facebook and YouTube, but we don't have the capability to comment back. But just to say, we can see your hellos and A-ups from all over the world, and that's just really lovely. So if you see our eyes darting about, that's what we're doing. We're seeing you checking in and sending love, and that's so nice that you've chosen to spend the evening here supporting us and the Green Note. Woo!
It was really cool.
I told these guys that when COVID is over, they've got to come to the Green Note because it's just velvety goodness, and as we saw in that video, the most joyful place that's possibly ever been.
I am so excited.
Me too.
I'm literally just peeing my pants and I'm so excited. It's also very cold.
Yeah.
On the balcony there in Iceland.
Because my wife and kids, they're inside watching cartoons. So they always banish me out onto the balcony to play.
You're nicer than me. I've banished my family from the home for this evening.
It's just good fun. It's fun. It's okay.
It is. Okay. I suppose I better play a tune now. This is a song called Julia. Dear Julia, I'm riding home like I said that I
colder here than it should be for the spring. No one else has noticed, so maybe it's just me. Please don't tell them that I've written. It will only raise conversation you want to avoid. Julia, let it be a little secret. I just wanted to tell you I'm alone. Dear Julia, do you remember those hours before liquor, when we laid in bed for days together, girl? Just us against all of the world. But what we didn't know was the enemy had changed. Nothing stays the same. Please don't tell them that I've written your name and the place, the number and city. They won't understand when you tell them you miss me. Put this letter under your covers so I'm closer when you're sleeping. Dear Julia, you haven't changed since we were only sweet 17. I loved you then as I love you still, but I've put you on a hill. Now your only way is down. Please don't tell them that I've written your name and the place, the number and city. They won't understand when you tell them you miss me, you miss me, you miss me. Please say that you miss me, you miss me, you miss me. Please say that you miss me, you miss me, you miss me. Please say that you miss me. Thank you.
That was profoundly beautiful, Lucy. Thank you.
Bless your heart. Thank you very much. It's strange, isn't it, going from, this is the first... I've done Zoom concerts and things, but performing, knowing that you're there is this whole other element. Just that, it's scary and exciting. And also I realised my chair is too low. It was very hard for me to make sure the camera was in the screen, so I might go off and get a pillow to raise myself momentarily.
Oh, that's a classic problem. Like right now, my head is just like a little bit over the frame. This is a constant problem when I'm trying to record, because I want the guitar to be in the frame and I want my head to be in the frame, and it somehow never works. I might just back up a little bit. There we go.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And then do this. Yeah.
Squat for the whole song.
Squat. You go. The glutes. Work on the glutes, yo. Yeah. Beautiful stuff. So, should I do a song or like?
Please do.
I'd love some more banter. I love banter. It is the stuff. It's like the meat and potatoes of good folk. To have a good banter. And yeah, it's the true thing. Like the thing about me, like being like this dismantler of the myths about Icelanders. But here's another thing: we do believe in elves. A lot of us believe in elves, and the weird thing is, like, I'm like 99% atheist, but I do believe in elves.
99%.
It's so weird. I bring them beer and cakes to their stones and stuff. It's weird.
Where are these stones located? Because I could come by and enjoy whatever.
You just kind of have to feel them.
Okay.
Just like feel. Yeah, I'll show you a couple.
Can you just give me beers and cakes?
You're not an elf. Why would I give you?
I'll give. You can't prove that.
I'll give you beer and cake anyway. You know, like just like because you're my friend. Right. But like if you don't give, an elf beer and cake, they will stab you.
Ruthless.
As the Eurovision movie proved.
They don't tell you that in Lord of the Rings.
No, like
the elves are really dangerous in Lord of the Rings. Let's be realistic.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I guess.
Yeah. So I have a song called. I never know which songs I'm gonna do. So I decided to do one that I dedicated to Canada, since I'm playing with one of my favorite Canadians in the world. And this song is called Lady Winter, and it's about the Icelandic refugees that kind of emigrated to Canada, escaping hunger and poverty in Iceland in the 19th century. And it's a song about the last goodbye of your homeland and the grief you feel. Out in the night, as the snow and stars stands discreetly, a glorious sight in the gloom consumed me completely, and her gaze is like the moonlight, and her gaze is like the moonlight, and her gaze is like the moonlight that drives a man insane. Out the sound rang in a choir of heavenly clangor, and oh how she sang, and her song was all that I longed for, and her voice is like a river, and her voice is like a river, and her voice is like a river that tears your soul apart. Tell her I'm scared, running out of places to run to. And now I'm there, losing all that's left holding on to. And our love was like the ocean, and our love was like the ocean, and our love was like the ocean that sinks the strongest ship. Oh, and our love was like the ocean, and our love was like the ocean, and our love was like the ocean that sinks the strongest ship. Oh, that sinks the strongest ship. Oh, that sinks the strongest ship.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Incredible. I don't know about you, ADYN, but as Emma mentioned, we met through this Global Music Match project that no doubt we'll talk about more, but just flung 6 international artists together, well, in our group at least. There were 90 people, 92 or something, wasn't there, across the whole thing? But yeah, we were, all 3 of us were thrown into Team 1 with some other incredible artists, and just both of you as songwriters, I just felt so immediately drawn to the intimacy of your work, and I kind of recognised it as something that I tried to aim for as a writer myself, and just the songs you both just decided to play just sum that up so beautifully.
Obviously the pandemic has just been awful, but meeting both of you, and then the rest of the team from Global Music Match, and just being part of that in general was like so great, like a real win amongst some other losses, as is this show, a real win. So thank you, Green Note, for doing this and letting me hang out with my new close friends.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And may I just add, like that just apart from my admiration of ADYN's songwriting, I love the intensity, the emotional and this fierce intensity of your lyrics and your delivery, Lucy. It's like it struck me when I started to listen to you. Wow, this is like what a sense of justice and community, and it just like explodes through your songs and your delivery. Thank you for that.
Oh my gosh. Well,
It's
now I'm going to cry. Just
it's
having
like
an
that
emotional
thing-
month, aren't we all?
Yeah, it's like that thing that reminds you why you do what you do, when you have those moments.
Oh, well, right back at you. We're getting some amazing comments. Thank you, everybody who's commenting. Sorry we can't chat back to you right now, but I'm sure we'll jump on afterwards. But people really enjoying the tunes, which is great.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
and this is amazing. Also, Svavar, you just played a song, about Canada and about you kept saying the ocean. So I feel like this song fits in good. This song's called House on the Ocean. Maybe we should have this thing where you can only play songs that have a word from each other's previous songs. It'd be pretty difficult.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be good for another time. But
I think there was something like this on Pitch Perfect, the movie Pitch Perfect. It's something like this.
Your favorite
One
movie.
of my favorite movies of all time.
Have it on in the background right now. Yeah, so this song I wrote, actually, my partner and I drove across the country a few years ago and ended up getting to this little house on the ocean that somebody had let us stay in for a little while. It was like beautiful, a great escape from the minivan that we'd been sleeping in. But that first night, I remember looking out into the ocean because the waves would literally crash onto it, and it was perfect in so many ways, but it had also clearly been, starting to be like run down. Nobody was kind of taking care of it, and it's this beautiful spot that I could not, own. And so I just started thinking about, buying that spot and fixing it up with the person, that you're with and that you love, and then that person not being around anymore and doing all the things that you wanted to do to that house, but also just trying to convince yourself that you'll ever find someone quite as good as them. So this is from my album After the Fall. This is called House on the Ocean. A nice uplifting tune.
I love it. I love that idea.
Live one day where I don't look back. Find a promise still intact. Count the stars and not lose track. But I'd never find someone like you. Add up all the time I've lost with needless worries and reckless thoughts. Pay the price and tally the cost. But I'd never find someone like you. Buy a house on the ocean make all the old paint look new. Settle down with a new love. Convince myself it will do. I could search here forever till the coil of the last light burns through. But try as I might, I know I won't find anyone quite like you. Start a fire without any sparks, with a wooden soul and a kindling heart. Send smoke signals to where you are, but I'd never find someone like you. Buy a house on the ocean and make all the old paint look new. Settle down with a new love. Convince myself it will do. I could search here forever till the coil of the last light burns through. But try as I might, I know I won't find anyone quite like you. Like you. So why would you go? Leave me out here on my own. I still had so much left to say, and I've tried, but why bother? Moonlight, static, and black tar water keep pushing you farther away. Away, away. Buy a house on the ocean and make all the old paint look new. Settle down with a new love. Convince myself it will do. I could search here forever till the coil of the last light burns through. But try as I might, I know I won't find anyone quite like you. Like you. Like you. No, I'd never find someone like you.
Thank you.
Good stuff, man.
Thanks.
Beautiful. I've got to pull it together now to play a tune in a minute.
I'll help you laugh a little bit.
Hit me.
All right, I just turned on my hamburger light. This is called the hamburger light because it keeps the fries and hamburgers warm in McDonald's. We use it for, surviving.
And like I can see a bit of green in the background there. Are you growing something?
Yeah, I got some rucola and some salads and stuff.
Yeah, wonderful. For your burgers.
Yeah, for the burgers.
Sorted.
And I got some tomato plants, but I put them inside now. They're inside.
That's kind of when we first met Svavar, one of the first things he did was introduce us to his balcony tomato plants. So, gardening tips, he's the man to go to because who can grow fresh vegetables in an Icelandic winter? That man can.
I'm a comfort hobbit. That's who I am.
It actually says that in one of the comments that you're someone's favourite comfort hobbit, which is just the best description of a human ever.
Yeah.
Very accurate in your case.
Oh, Lucy, that's one of the things I love about when you're playing shows, right? And you play these emotional songs and like you really go heavy emotional. And then if you do a little bit of banter and people can loosen up and laugh, it's kind of like when you have the ginger, when you're having sushi and you have ginger in between.
The refresher.
Yeah, like just a clean, like
palate cleanser.
Yeah, palate cleanser. You know.
It's all part of it, isn't it? You know, like we're no strangers to writing songs with, you know, on the heavier side of life, shall we say? But as you say, it's that connection with the audience that you hope makes it kind of okay that you're going to go to all of these deep places together during the course of a gig, but they know that you've got their back. I hope that's the idea, anyway, isn't it?
Exactly. You know? And part of that is just like having a little bit of cushion, like laughing and relaxing and like not letting it be just like this barrage of melancholy.
What do you think about the possibility of the three of us forming a trio that one day we'll meet and we'll call ourselves Palate Cleanser?
That sounds nice. That sounds really
and
nice.
our first album could just be like a little bit of ginger.
I was like all on board till you said the band name.
Yeah,
I was there until you said it.
We can still do a trio. We can look. Let's workshop the ideas. I think that's strong.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you guys.
Yeah,
totally.
I'm into it. If you folks at home are into it, let us know, because it's going to be a lot of effort to coordinate if you don't come to the gigs. Cool. So, Svavar, you mentioned sense of justice in my songwriting, so I thought I would throw this next one in there. Now, this is a song that I wrote many moons ago. It's called For the Dead Men, but it keeps gaining new meaning as the world turns. And right now, I know that the situation is varied all over the world. For example, like Svavar, you're actually allowed to leave your house in Iceland, which is exciting.
We haven't had like an active COVID case for like 2 weeks or something.
That's wonderful.
We're so lucky.
Pleased for you.
Yeah.
So lucky.
That's
well,
great.
you know, and yes. Yeah. So, obviously, probably most people will know we haven't been so lucky in the UK, and we are 5th highest for deaths in the world, despite the fact that we're a tiny, tiny island. And I think a lot of that, or my reflection on that, is that we have a government that for the last decade or more hasn't invested in public health. And then when this pandemic came up, too often they have chosen profits over people. I'm not suggesting I have all the answers. This hasn't been an easy time for the world, but it is just harrowing that the UK England especially, seem to be making the same mistakes over and over and over again, and prolonging the awfulness of this situation. And so I think tonight this song really deeply reflects that. And about how we mustn't keep accepting people in power, just saying that it's okay to override the needs of the people they represent. So this is called For the Dead Men. For the dead men, I sing my song. For the dead men, I sing my song. Out on the streets, their banners held high. For love and for peace, they stand up to fight. But for death or for glory, we're forced to decide. A moment in history, or just the passing of time. For the dead man, I sing my song. For the dead man, I sing my song. Those who run our country, they will never see
'cause they've never had to make a choice to bite the hand that feeds. There are thousands of people who were left to fall between the cracks in our culture, that were torn apart by greed. For the dead men, I sing my song. For the dead man, I sing my song. And what about the youth who can't even go to school? With no path to walk upon, a generation left to crawl. With cuts to public services and national health reforms. It's all for one and none for all, I guess we've been here before. For the dead man, I sing my song. For the dead man, I sing my song. Stand up and take to the streets. They can't ignore us if we all choose to speak. Stand up and take to the streets. They can't ignore us if we all choose to speak. Stand up and take to the streets. They can't ignore us if we all choose to speak. Stand up and take to the streets. They can't ignore us if we all choose to speak.
Woo! Fjording awesome.
Tar, very much, thank you. I just want to add that I completely support the lockdown. I hope everybody out there is doing okay. It's a long slog. But we'll get there. Thinking of you, and we love sharing music with you tonight.
Here's the thing about Iceland, though. We really can't just like be really happy. Like, it's not all on us. It's an island, and we basically have like 2 square kilometers per person or something. I don't know. So it's
Lots of room to socially distance.
Yeah. I mean, and we naturally social distance. Icelanders are like cats. We're like our first, like my first kind of response when it's like 2 meter distance from everyone. I was like, I breathed a sigh of relief. You know, oh yeah, great, 2 meters, great. Now I don't need to have an excuse. You know, so I mean, you know, we can't take all the credit. You know, so we're lucky, and it's really easy to isolate us. We just, you know, we have one airport, so it's quite easy to test everyone that comes into the country. So we're really lucky that way too. But yeah, I mean, I started this. I have a couple of friends in America. We do have like this trio. We call ourselves the Dodgy Schnitzels. It's like because schnitzels, like if they're dodgy, you know, it's you want to eat it, but you know it's going to end badly.
We could open for you.
Oh, I learned this really interesting expression from like the South in America. I met this amazing singer-songwriter, and he told me there's a difference between being naked and naked. So you're naked and you're naked. So if you're naked, you're just like naked. You don't have any clothes on. But if you're naked, you don't have any clothes on and you're up to no good. I love that. It's just such a naughty expression.
I'm worried how it informs your next tune.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it does not at all.
Yes.
Although, yeah. So this next song, I'd love to sing an Icelandic song for you guys, because I consider it to be really important to present your own language to the world because every language is unique and has unique ways of telling stories, and every language has a unique melody to present. So Icelandic lyric, if an Icelander and an English person or a German write songs about, let's say, just a tree, it's going to sound different, even if they have the exact same starting point and the exact same story to tell, because the languages shape new melodies and different ways of telling the story. We focus on different things because of the languages have shaped different thoughts. And that's why it's so important that we keep indigenous languages in the culture and in the flow, that people listen to all these different languages being spoken, because they are the colors of the painting, of the tapestry of human existence. So it's called Januar, this song. It's about the month of January, which is my favorite month. Because it is bringing the sun back and it's bringing light back into the world after a long dimming. And finally we get the sun back and we can be so happy. But everybody always hates January because it's so dark and cold, but they don't realize he's like the janitor doing the work, cleaning up, raising the sun. So here it is.
Gleypir allt, en undir snjóm amri kaldri ró. Rumskar janúar, rymur hljótt og gerði sig í brók. Eglir brá, augun pírði átt að kaldri sól. Þessi fjandi dugar skamt, hún liggur flöt en skal á loft. Ó janúar sem enginn ann. Dýrðlegt þitt vanþakkláta starf. Sólin rís með hæð, böðlast janúar. Eins og rótari eða ruslakall á mánudagsmorgni. Ó janúar sem enginn ann. Hve dýrðlegt þitt vanþakkláta starf. Og eftir allt sem hann gaf, janúar skríður aftur undir fell. Þar til skyldan kallar enn á ný, eins og snævi þakinn Batman. Ó janúar sem enginn ann. Hve dýrðlegt þitt vanþakkláta starf. Ég sé þig janúar, ég man þig janúar. Sólin rís með hæð í janúar. Myrkrið gleypir allt í janúar. Eins og snævi þakin Batman. Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. Hi, Emma. Great to see you.
Great to see you too, although you can't really see me, but you know, in spirit. Wow, that was just gorgeous. Thank you so much, all three of you.
Thank you.
Really beautiful. And I love your bants, all three of you. Very, very sweet together. Thoroughly enjoying it, my end. Especially enjoying your hamburger light in your little Icelandic garden there.
Yes, super warm and nice now.
Yeah, sorry, I've said your name back to front. Svavar.
Svavar,
there
yeah.
we go. Yeah. And you've had lots of love in the comments box. I don't know if you've seen it yet. And yeah, loads after you said the thing about your song, Lucy. Lots of people had stuff to say about that. So do have a wee look and
I've
see.
seen, and somebody said I should be Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Cassie
That's
said
right.
I should be Prime
Lucy
Minister.
for PM, absolument.
Great. Well, to be honest, most people could do a better job than Boris Johnson. So.
Didn't I think someone described, Frankie Boyle said he looked like the cross between an unmade bed and a head injury.
Oh my God. Do love a bit of Frankie Boyle.
I love Frankie Boyle. He's my favourite.
He is awesome. Right, so we've actually come to the interval now. So we're going to leave you guys to have a little 5-minute break to grab a drink or anything else that you need. And we'll meet you back here in 5 minuets. See you in a bit.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So I am now going to hand you over to our wonderful Imi and Risa, who are the founders and owners of Green Note. They're the ones that program these brilliant musicians for you and treat us to their fantastic taste in music. Please welcome Imi and Risa.
Hi. Hey Emma, hey Imi.
Hello, you
hey
two.
Out there. I was laughing backstage at that Boris.
I was laughing.
No, pretty good.
I could see you backstage laughing. I was.
I'm going to remember that one. It's so true. Oh,
Yeah.
what a gorgeous show.
What a great show.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm loving
it's
the.
the perfect mix of emotions and, you know, the audience, the international lineup.
That's it. And
Really
they
is,
go
yeah.
so beautifully together as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Just really harmonious. Love it. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys to do your updates for us
Thanks,
all.
Emma.
See you in a bit.
Thanks.
See ya.
So good
And
things
also-
have come out. I was going
yeah.
to say wonderful things do come out of, you know, difficult situations, like the
Yeah.
connection between these three,
Exactly.
which wouldn't have existed if it hadn't been for
Yeah.
COVID and what it's meant for musicians this
Yeah.
year.
There are some little silver linings, I suppose.
Exactly.
But also, I'm loving what an international audience we have tonight. It's so nice.
Yes.
We love it when you post in the chat where you're from, and I've noticed tonight in particular, you're from all over, and it's really wonderful to have you all here. So, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for being so active as well.
For
in the
being
comments.
active, yeah. I'm loving the chat tonight. I'm just,
I know.
I'm just reading it a lot. So, for those of you who are new to us, welcome. We have been going since last April with these shows, and we've been doing them twice a week, every Wednesday and Friday night at 8 p.m. UK time. So if this is your first Virtually Green Note, don't make it your last. Please do join us again, because we always have 3 incredible artists sharing the bill, and it's always really very different lineups. And but even if you don't know the artists, you'll find something to enjoy, I'm sure. I know we've had so much feedback about the people have really discovered so much music this year, and I know we have. Lucy obviously has played it. Lucy's obviously played at Green Note before, but yeah, we look forward to Svavar and ADYN playing because they're new discoveries for us. So
we only met them through Lucy, so who met them through Global Music Match. So yeah.
Oh, someone's having
What's
fun
happening?
on the backstage.
Yeah.
Technical. So yeah, we're on all the social media. So please do follow us, like us, subscribe, do all of that. It means a lot to us if you. Especially on our YouTube, if you subscribe to that. We just reached 2050 the other day.
Something like that. It's gone up now.
But we're really, it really
help us reach 3,000.
Yeah, let's go for 3,000.
And then if you click the little bell, then you'll find
You'll
out
get
you'll get little
reminders.
reminders for these shows, which we do twice a week, and they're always one good. Really
Don't bother looking on our website. Just log in every week, Wednesday and Friday nights, and know that you'll find something to enjoy. Or do look at our website too. I'm not saying don't, but we also have a mailing list, which you can sign up. They'll be posted in the chat, and that we just send 2 emails out a month, so we don't spam you, but you'll find out more about these shows and also about our little venue, Green Note in Camden Town, London, we've been closed since March, but we don't know when we'll reopen, but we will reopen one of these days. But that has been another silver lining these shows have been great, so it's something we wouldn't have been doing if we hadn't have closed. So and as you can see from the chat, it's much more fun to watch live. But if you're not able to watch live, or if you can think of music-loving friends that would enjoy this show, please do send the link around afterwards. It's available for a week on our YouTube channel, so spread the word. It's you guys that enable us to keep these shows going. So please do tune in again and spread the word. And Imi's now going to let us know how.
Well, on that note about helping us keep the shows going, we run these shows there when we keep them going, and we pay the artists from your donations. So we would like to ask you that if you can and if you're able to, that you please make a donation via our PayPal link, which you can find on Facebook and YouTube and our website, and I've just posted it in the chat as well. So you can that's the easiest way to donate, but if you don't have PayPal, you can drop us an email and we'll find another way. But the recommended donation is £10 per show, and each show is very much a separate entity because the donations for each particular show get divided 4 ways, and that's between the 3 artists who are playing tonight, and the last quarter goes towards Green Note, towards the running costs of the shows and paying our behind-the-scenes team, and who do an amazing job keeping this going. So we'd be very grateful. We'd all be very grateful, as with the artists, if you could make a donation. And especially it means a lot, particularly during this difficult time. So, and we hope to keep going with these shows for as long as our venue, Green Note, remains closed. And on that note, we have some fantastic upcoming bills, don't we?
Yeah, we really do.
There's probably a lot of folk fans watching tonight, and you'll be pleased to know that we have another really fantastic folk bill the next show, which is next Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, the 10th of February, and that features it's a great folk bill, particularly for fiddle players, because we've got 2 virtuoso fiddle players on the bill. We've got Sam Sweeney from English artist, and you may know him from Bellowhead, and he's an amazing solo artist as well. But then from across the pond in America, we have Brittany Haas, who is another renowned fiddle player who's played with people like Abigail Washburn, Gillian Welch and Dave Rawlings, and loads of other people. And both of them are incredible. They'll be sharing the bill with an award-winning folk guitarist, Jen Butterworth from Scotland. So that is really a dream lineup, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
So
it.
join us on Wednesday the 10th, and we've got loads of other great bills.
We've just updated our website recently, so you can see the next few weeks. But we've also just gone on a big spurt of booking, so we've got tons of amazing artists that we've just confirmed who aren't on the website. Who we got? The Little Unsaid.
Blair Dunlop, Fiona Bevan,
I think they're
Gabriel Moreno.
Bruce Molsky is going to be playing in a few weeks. He's an incredible American fiddle player.
Not a fiddle player.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a theme.
I know.
We
Austin
had Grace
Lucas.
Smith as well.
So,
Oh yeah, Austin Lucas, he's fantastic. Yeah,
American.
I'm glad we'll be having him.
I think he's based in Germany at the moment.
Oh yeah, he is.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's American,
lots of
obviously.
tons of amazing artists coming up. So please do join us again next Wednesday. But
Yeah.
we have not finished.
And Friday,
tonight.
and then Wednesday and Friday.
Every Wednesday and Friday for who knows how long. But shall we get back to the music? Because I was
Let's
loving
do it.
tonight's show.
Yep.
We'll enjoy.
Let's do it. Okay, thanks for that, ladies. Looking forward to introducing them back. Thank you very much for those lovely updates. See you in a bit.
Thanks, Emma.
Bye. Okay, so we are going to welcome back our lovely artists. First up, please welcome back ADYN TOWNES.
Thanks for having me. By the way, just on a side note, I feel like I really wish that your voice could like replace the Google Home voice.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's
brilliant.
Yeah, so
maybe
good.
Maybe we should send them a link or something.
Okay, no problem.
That'd be great. Okay, and then next we have Lucy Ward. Hi, Lucy. Hey.
I agree with ADYN about your voice. Very calming and just perfect and lovely. Those lineups sound great. In particular, Jen Butterworth is just the bomb, so people should definitely come and watch.
Yeah, awesome. And last but not least, we have Svavar Knútur. Hey there. Oh, I can't hear you.
yourself,
You need to
lad.
unmute yourself. Can you? There we go. It's happening.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you
Good to
hear
have
me
you
now?
back.
Yeah, I just got a little bit of a tech tip. How is this now? I'm just fixing the guitar.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sounding very juicy and lovely.
About your voice, yes, absolutely. I agree with the other ones.
Oh,
My dear
thank
friends
you.
and colleagues and amazing comrades in music. But I have one caveat.
Yes.
One thing that I would never want to hear your voice saying is like, "I'm afraid I can't do that, Svavar," or something like that.
And it's
That
like,
would
but
be-
the actual search engine can, so why can't you?
It's just like.
There ain't nothing I can't do. Don't you worry.
Please open the door. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Svavar,
Oh,
the,
it's sort of chilling and creepy.
the top of your head is joining us. This
Way!
This
Oh
top
yeah,
of
we
my head.
see all of you. We see all of you in,
Yes,
in
I moved the camera
glorious
a little bit.
Technicolor.
beautiful
Now
top.
listen, a little bird tells me that the three of you have done something very exciting, a collaboration. So we have that for our lovely viewers this evening. So would you like to introduce it for us?
Lucy, please.
Say a little something about it.
Yeah, well, when we did Global Music Match, so it was us, and we must mention our teammates, fabulous Fanny Lumsden from Australia, Brit-Folk from Scotland, and Canzonia Grecanico Salentino from Italy. And we were really lucky as a team. We just really clicked, and most of the 6-week experience was us collaborating musically with each other, covering each other's songs, and there's a whole wealth of content if you go on our YouTube channels individually and stuff that was created with these musicians that I'm lucky enough to share the evening with, and the other folks that I've mentioned, and so we kind of wanted to do something special because this is the first gig we've ever done together, and follow on that tradition of collaborating, and Svavar wrote an incredible song called While the World Burns, and all of us just thought it was tremendous and asked him if he would mind if we piled in, basically.
That was so much fun. I also have to thank our wonderful coach Eddie Barkan, who was just he's a legend, total legend.
He runs Cambridge Folk Festival for people who haven't met Eddie, and he was just a lovely, helpful, supportive guide for us.
Normally, when you hear about someone that runs the Cambridge Folk Festival, you would it would be an intimidating kind of idea, but then he turns out to be this most humble man I've ever met, and just so sweet and supportive. And I was just, wow, this is amazing.
For sure.
It's great. Oh well, we're thoroughly looking forward to hearing it. So Ali, with your backstage magic, and play their lovely song for us if you can.
Fingers crossed.
Some people say the end is near, and some say that it's already here. Well, I won't feel the slightest fear if my arms are full of you. Maybe we will suffocate, poison fumes and clouds of hate. Well, I won't care about my fate if my arms are full of you. I just want to hold you while the world burns. I just want to hold you while the world burns. Let it burn, burn, burn. Woo. Crushed by the ocean's mighty waves, or ripped apart by robotic slaves. Well, I won't mind those crowded graves if my arms are full of you. Burnt alive by bitter ash, or a supernova's blinding flash. Well, I won't mind that biting lash if my arms are full of you. I just want to hold you while the world burns. I just want to hold you while the world burns. I just want to hold you while the world burns. Let it burn, burn, burn. Let it burn, burn, burn. Ooh. I just want to hold you while the world burns. I just want to hold you while the world burns. I just want to hold you while the world burns. Let it burn, burn, burn. Let it burn, burn, burn. Let it burn, burn, burn.
Cool.
Oh my
Svavar
goodness.
edited that video for us today, and I haven't
Beautiful.
actually had an opportunity to see it yet with putting my boys to bed, and oh my goodness. the comments are amazing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
It was so beautiful, spellbinding, really. I'm not just playing lip service to that. Really gave me tingles up and down the spine. I'm sure everyone else here that's watching it tonight, judging by the comments, is feeling exactly the same thing. Thank you for that piece of gorgeousness.
I have to thank my son also. I mean, I didn't realize when I was I was so into playing the piano version. When I was recording it, he was like right next, right in the back. He's like, blah, blah. He was basically arguing with his shoe. And, and he's so adorable when he does that. And he's like, ah, blah, blah. And I didn't hear it because I was just like, and then I just started mixing and I was like, I'll leave it in.
It's really cute. I think it adds to it, actually.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I love it too. No. Right, so I'm going to leave it to ADYN to kick us off the second half, which is a cover version of the artist's choice, and then another song of their own. So I'll leave you to it. Thanks very much. Good. Take it away, ADYN.
All right.
Hey little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone again? I've got a bad desire. Oh, I'm on fire. Tell me now, baby, is he good to you? Can he do to you the things that I do? I can take you higher. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm on fire. Fire. Oh, fire. Oh, fire. Fire. Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull, and dug a 6-inch valley through the middle of my skull. At night I wake up with a sheet soaking wet, a freight train running through the middle of my head. Oh, you cool my desire. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm on fire. 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 Oh, fire. Fire. Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull, and dug a 6-inch valley through the middle of my skull. Hey little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone again? I've got a bad desire. You can sing at home if you want. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh no, 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 I'm on fire.
Thank you.
Awesome. That last big note, I was like, oh, wow.
Thanks a lot.
Man, you're really, like, when you bring it out like that, it's really, you got a wonderful voice, man.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's
mean,
a
yeah,
song.
it's
That's a
just-
little song I wrote earlier today.
No, you just have such range, man. You have such a range from like really soft and like tender and to this like, oof. I love it.
Meaty.
Thank you.
Yeah, it gives me like tingles in my belly.
Oh.
Don't you start about getting naked again.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I thought that you were going to come back in the second half with like no top on or something.
Oh no. Although we did, we had this like my friends and I. We have like this Yule concert a lot of the time. Like every Christmas we have this Yule concert, because in Iceland we don't have Christmas, we have Yule, which is the same but different. It's like when we have like these glitzy pop concerts, all the divas come on and like they sing, and then they run backstage and they change their dress. And they come, you know this, right? Like in these diva concerts. And so what I did, like I had like 4 changes of like weird Christmas sweaters and underwear. And so I had like lollipops and licorice and teddy bears. And like, hey, I just had a little costume change. And made the children happy.
And the adults.
Yeah.
I just know that one day I'm going to get to be in a room and watch you guys real live, and it's just going to be a magic thing to experience that for sure. I was singing along at home in...
Thanks for singing.
I can't wait to play the green notes someday, man. Oh my God.
Maybe
you need
they'll
to bring
book
me
the
there,
trio.
Lucy.
Maybe they'll book the trio.
Could be our first show. Seems fitting.
Sounds
I'm
good.
into it.
I am right there, and I discovered this during Global Music Match. But my dogs are my whole world, and I have 2 little Shih Tzu brothers, and without knowing it, in honor of where Lucy is from, one of my dogs' name is Darby. So
Way! I'm on the Rams.
pretty good. You can hear him clucking around sometimes. He kind of sounds like he's wearing stilettos, but groomers are closed, so his nails are just kind of longer than they should be. But he was clocking down the hall there during that last one.
You need to check out Aiden's Instagram to see these dogs. They're like the fluffiest cloud dogs ever. They're so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cute.
Oh, right. So at my live gigs, it's been a stand-in bit of fun, really, that I would do a cover of some kind. So over the years, there's been all sorts of weird and wonderful offerings from like Blondie, Elvis, Dexy's Midnight Runners, and, kind of more serious offerings as well along the way, David Bowie and just everything. So I put on Instagram tonight, because I couldn't decide what cover to do, and asked people, what should I do? And they unanimously, everybody messaged me this tune. And I think it's a good choice. It's a good one. Okay, let's do it.
She came from Greece, she had a thirst for knowledge, studied sculpture at St. Martin's College, that's where I caught her eye. She told me that her dad was loaded. I says, in that case, I'll have rum and Coca-Cola. She said, fine. And then in 30 seconds time, she said, I wanna live like common people. I wanna do whatever common people do. I wanna sleep with common people. I wanna sleep with common people like you. Well, what else could I do? I said, I'll see what I can do. I took her to a supermarket. I don't know why, but I had to start it somewhere. So it started there. I said, pretend you've got no money. She just laughed and said, oh, you're so funny. I says, yeah. Well, I can't see anyone else smiling in here. Are you sure? You wanna live like common people. You wanna see whatever common people see. Wanna sleep with common people. You wanna sleep with common people like me. But she didn't understand. She just smiled and held my hand. Rent a flat above a shop. Cut your hair and get a job. Smoke some fags and play some pool. Pretend you never went to school. But still you'll never get it right. 'Cause when you're lying in bed at night, watching roaches climb the walls. If you call your daddy could stop it all, yeah. You'll never live like common people. You'll never do whatever common people do. Never fail like common people. Never watch your life slide out of view. And you'll dance and drink and screw. 'Cause there's nothing else to do. Ooh, ooh. Jazz hands totally needed at the end of that number.
Better than the original.
Oh, well, I'm not sure I agree with you, but high praise. Thank you.
Super good.
He's my like dance hero. If I could dance like anybody, it would be like Jarvis Cocker. It's just like, I mean, like obviously they're not really moves, but they're his moves. And there's just something about him. He's sort of like my celebrity crush, probably.
He's got like this weird British swag, you know? Like if you could have like swag, but like 180% self-deprecating. like
that's
inverse,
the lead element.
It's like this inverse pirate, you know? That's him. He's just like an inverse Jack Sparrow.
I love that notion. And it's the way he whispers as well. Well, doesn't do it anymore. We did a radio show called The Sunday Service. And he would get really close to the microphone and introduce the songs. And I'd just be there listening like, I don't care what you play, Jarvis. Just keep talking to me.
It reminds me, there's this like, I'm part of this group on Facebook of Icelandic sound nerds, and I have nothing. I don't know anything about sound. I just like watching their banter about sound. I think it's wonderful to just witness. But they linked to this one video of this guy who is just talking about compression and EQs and la 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 and these microphones. But it just distracts me so much that he's got this kind of setup, and he talks like this. And he just wants to seduce me and take me to bed, and that's all I can think when I watch this. Like I'm not even hearing what you're saying about EQ anymore. You're just like, I know your eye. You got bedroom eyes. And it's seductive sound engineer. Hello.
But talking about something so niche, maybe that's how he's kind of bringing in a wider audience.
Yeah, probably. He's super hot, and it's weird.
His views?
Well, I don't know. It's just like, I'll send you guys a link later.
That's how I feel about like when I listen to you talk, Svavar. Like our first interview, like how so basically in Global Music Match, everybody's supposed to do these kind of quick interviews between each other. I think typically when we started, we thought they'd be like 30 minutes, and some of them were, but with both Lucy and Svavar, like, I think it was like an hour and 30 minutes a piece. And we had to physically remind ourselves, like, we have to stop at some point. Yeah. So I love the sounds of both of your voices.
Oh, right back at you.
It was so painful to edit you guys' interviews because I had to cut and cut and cut. I just like, let's cut this subject entirely. It was horrible because I loved it. I loved every minute of our interviews, and it was just, oh, God.
Yeah, I felt like when I cut your stuff, I was cutting like philosophical, like things that people would learn forever, and I was just abolishing it from like the world's history. I felt bad.
People can watch these interviews, by the way. If you head to our like social media pages, you can find where we're connected and see us chatting to each other about our songwriting and dogs and the Moomins and philosophy.
And mermaids.
Mermaids. Oh yeah, I forgot we got onto mermaids.
Witches.
Yeah, there's some gold stuff in there, guys.
I love mermaids, and I love reverse mermaids and centaurs and reverse centaurs. Have you seen pictures of reverse centaurs or centaurs? It's like
just a horse.
It's basically a horse head and legs.
With man legs.
Man legs and a horse head.
So was a reverse mermaid like the top of the fin?
Just the top of a fish, like just a fish head and legs.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
It's just so funny. I'm a simple man. I have simple needs and pleasures. These things just entertain me to no end.
Oh man!
But I think I should do.
Play us a tune. Play us a tune.
Yeah, I'm gonna play my cover. So it's a poem by A. Milne called "Halfway Down the Stairs," and I add a little bit to the end of it from another wonderful songwriter. Halfway down the stairs is the stair where I sit. There isn't any other stair quite like it. And I'm not at the bottom, and I'm not at the top. But this is the stair where I always stop. Halfway up the stairs, it isn't up, it isn't down. It isn't in the nursery, it isn't in the town. And all sorts of funny thoughts run round my head. It isn't really anywhere, it's somewhere else instead. True love will find you in the end. You'll find out just who's your friend. Don't be sad, I know you will. And don't give up until true love will find you in the end. This is a promise with a catch. Only if you're looking will it find you. 'Cause true love is searching too. But how will it recognize you unless you step out into the light, the light? Don't be sad, I know you will. And don't give up until true love will find you in the end. Now you can all sing with me if you like. Ooh. Ooh.
Don't be sad, I know you will. And don't give up until true love will find you in the end. Don't be sad, I know you will. And don't give up until true love will find you in the end. Don't be sad, I know you will. And don't give up until true love will find you in the end. Thanks, guys.
Beautiful.
Beautiful cover. Good message. Yeah. That's nice.
Bit of dad dancing as well.
What a feeling when we're dancing on the ceiling.
You can play that one next time.
Next time, yeah.
All right. So I guess it's me. All right. This is nice because I know when when each artist sings, the camera goes just onto them, and it's so nice because when I play songwriter circles, I spend the entirety of how the length of time that the other songwriters are singing worried about how I look. Do I look upset or because I have a bad resting face and
Yeah.
I can kind of move, and this is nice.
Don't you think there's an art to that, being in that position?
Yes.
For sure. Because you look at people sometimes, and if they're looking down or they look uninterested, you notice, and it detracts from what's happening on the stage or on the screen, doesn't it? But sometimes you're so short, I want to move a bit so people know I'm into it, but I don't want to move too much so I don't detract from what's happening. And I need to sneeze, but I can't sneeze. And I'm going to smile, but this song is making there's a lot. I mean, the performance goes on, doesn't it? It's not just when you're singing.
No. Yeah, it's I want to be still, but I shouldn't be perfectly still, and I want to move, but I'm very awkward and my movements are not fluid. So
just for the sake of full disclosure, while you guys have been playing, I've eaten 1.5 pizzas.
Wow.
Because I've been working all day, I forgot to eat, and my wife made a delicious kale and mushroom and stuff pizza, and it was just delicious. And I ate 1.5 of those. I'm a little full right now. I got bread, but I feel I'm a bit foie gras right now.
Do you have any of your salad?
Oh, it's just there.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
I'm waiting for it to grow up a little bit.
So I'm going to do this song that is, it's an older song as well, but it's one of my, the one that means the most to me. This song is about my nanny, who is no longer around, but was until, a few years ago. And was the coolest woman, played music, was an inspiration for me, my best friend, and also my drinking buddy. And when she was when we would hang out, she would kind of always make me feel never settle for things. And she told me the story when she was younger. She was in a relationship with someone for a while, and she left to go to England to study music. And while she was there, on her way over on the boat, she met somebody from Fredericton, New Brunswick, who was also with somebody, and they fell head over heels, in love with each other, but kind of had this internal conversation where it was you know what, let's just think about it for a few days, and if we meet at the St. James Clock Tower in England, in Piccadilly Square, then we'll send postcards home to the people that we're with and tell them that we are not coming back to them. And he ended up becoming my grandfather, and so this is a song about that kind of well, that story and the risk. So can't settle, can't be settling. All right, this song's called Churchill.
I don't mind where you've been, why you're here, or who you're with, 'cause I am yours through and through. From the moment I saw you, courage, why did you go? What did you leave me on my own? I guess I've been blind, but now I see. Come on, bright eye, set me free. If you never want to go back, if you never want to leave, I will be right here waiting and stay until my heart beats still. I take a train to Piccadilly and I'll be there at 10:30. Meet me at the clock tower and I will be yours instead. So I stood beneath the arch, thinking how time can steal your heart. And I don't mind where you've been, why you're here, or who you're with. If you never want to go back, if you never want to leave, I will be right here waiting and stay until my heart beats still. I take a train to Piccadilly and I'll be there at 10:30. Meet me at the clock tower and I will be yours instead. Oh, and I will be yours instead. Oh, I will be yours instead. Oh, I will be yours instead. If you never want to go back, if you never want to leave, I will say goodbye in a postcard and stay until my heart beats still. I'll take a train to Piccadilly and I'll be there at 10:30. Meet me at the clock tower and I will be yours instead. 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 Oh, and I'm yours instead. I will be yours. Oh, I will be yours. Oh, I will be yours. And I will be yours instead.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Amazing.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
She was the greatest.
She sounds amazing.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, so good.
not many people, I think, have a granny as rocking as that, or a nanny. Did you say her name?
Ooh, yeah, Nanny. Yep. Well, her name was Maxine. She was something else. Fiery. Not a great like loser at cards either, but it was just easier if you just kind of let her win. Scrabble too. I mean, big deal.
Was she like a table flipper?
Just kind of like let's not speak for like a little while, like a couple hours. But you know, by the time Price is Right came, it was fine.
You're in.
Awesome. Awesome.
Dude, you also said like the first line of the next song you write about Maxine, she was something else. That's the first line of a song for sure.
For you and I and Svavar.
Yeah.
And palate cleanser.
A palate cleanser. I've challenged people to come up with a better name. There was a couple of suggestions thus far.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of ginger. Would be great if, keep them coming. Hamburger Light would be good.
Paradise by the Hamburger Light.
Yeah.
Oh dear, it's all going good.
I love it when people can be like just relaxed and not worried about how they look or how they, just because that if you're relaxed, you basically look fine. You know?
Yeah, if you're happy.
That's that wisdom I'm talking about right there, Svavar.
I'm terrible at figuring out band names. I have the worst band names. The only thing I thought was the Stinky Rags. That's all I could just...
Yeah, that's not great.
That's not great.
That's not good.
That's
not appetizing.
Believe it or not, palate cleanser is somehow better than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's just like, how could you, what?
I do want to just say to Lucy too, thanks for having us on this show with you. That is, just getting to listen to you would have been enough, but thanks for letting us join.
Oh, I genuinely, when they said it's up to you to suggest some people to collaborate with, I knew exactly who I wanted it to be. So I'm glad you could both make it happen in the afternoon in Canada and the evening in Iceland.
Oh, yeah, it's like a time warp. Ooh.
Whoa, look at that.
Cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Look, dark in Svavar light.
Yeah.
I never guessed that bright in Canada, but.
I have a name. Goldfish Rescue Unit.
GRU.
Yeah.
I think it really speaks to the material we'll put out. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, like 17, 18, I joined a rock band, so it was named before I got in it, and they were called Element 104, thinking that there were only 103 elements, and that therefore they were like the 104th element. You really needed it, but it turns out like the 104th element is like Rutherfordium or something. So it was like an ill thought out name. But we were punk rockers, man, so it didn't matter.
That's so cool. The Rutherfordium. That's very anti-punk, though. Like, that's the worst.
We had some tunes, I tell you. We had some
Smelly
tunes.
Old Manium.
Stinky Old Raggium. Oh, dear. Right, we're going to play a tune because you just sang a song. Well, actually, you've sung songs all night about love, Aidan, but because you just sang a beautiful, incredible song about true love, it inspired me to sing this song. And actually, it's super fitting because I wrote it after my first child was born, and it's his birthday in the coming days, so it seems like a nice fit. I haven't been and got me cushion, to make myself higher at any point during this process. So if the guitar dips out of sight for the people enjoying watching me play, I'm doing my very best. This is called Sunshine Child. Sunshine Child, Samson himself, radiant light, you are infinite love, ancient longing and golden hair. I heard you singing our song. I knew you'd come. Gentle spirit, dancing soul, I'm caught in your rapture. Love is all we know. The sound of your laughter and the touch of your hand.
I will follow your lead. Surrender so sweet. The warmth of the summer, the sweetest of blooms, blues and purples, they remind me of you. Butterfly kisses by the light of the moon, for a lifetime and beyond. I'll be singing a song. I'll be singing a song, my love, a song. Cheers to love wherever you find it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was great.
It doesn't matter if it's like pizza or cats. Love wherever you find it is really the inspiration of that song. And it's interesting as well, right? Because whenever you write songs, they're kind of captured in a moment of time for you. Not just, you know, informed by the topic, but also informed by what you knew about life when you wrote it. Does that make sense? You know, it was written from the perspective of everything you'd experienced up to that point. And songs that are older, you know, that you've been playing for years and stuff. One of the things that I really love actually is the way they evolve and they change and they grow. And actually, the audience, the way you guys respond to them, or sometimes pile in with ideas of what you think the song is about or what it is meant to you, just means the meaning morphs and morphs and morphs and morphs. And I just kind of had that going through my mind while I was singing that song. And I'm sure, you know, you guys have been at this game for a very long time as well. It might be something that you resonate with, perhaps.
Yeah, totally. Also, there's this one thing that I really appreciate is that sometimes your creative mind is a little bit ahead of your rational mind. So a lot of the time, I don't even know why I wrote certain lyrics until a couple of months later when I catch up with them. And I'm like, wow, yeah, wow, okay, you know. So they start making sense a lot more. I like that.
Yeah, you and I talked about that, I think, in terms of like kind of having your song later on explain to you what it was about. Kind of almost like you weren't ready in that moment to necessarily get it. But if something's forcing you to finish a sentence that you don't necessarily like know exactly why or how it fits into your, like why you're feeling it, I always find it's good to just go with it.
Exactly, because when you're writing from like some kind of intuition, you might not always have like the secondary vocabulary, you know, of rational to explain the thing you're feeling, but it's coming out through your creation. And I love that, you know, because it's such a cool conduit. I sometimes feel like I don't write songs, I just kind of discover them. They just bubble up. Like, oh, what's this?
Totally.
And I just like drag them out of the pit inside me, like, what's this?
Where would that come from? Yeah.
It's such a privileged job, really, that we just have these kind of like emotional splurges and we put them to music, and people, you know, are kind enough to listen to them and connect with them and come back to them over and over again. Like, really, there is no sweeter job than that, no more privileged position than that.
Very true. Good to remember too.
Absolutely.
When I'm
privileged.
still in bed at noon and figuring out how to get out of it.
It's part of the process, man. Part of the
that's my
process.
I started a new thing that, like, I did it a couple of months ago. I like to wake up now around 6-ish and make myself a cup of coffee and some porridge and light a candle. Just like wake up before the kids. So I'm like a little bit more up when they get up, because then I'm a lot more ready for them, and I love that feeling.
I haven't reached that stage of life yet. I'm still being ripped from the womb every morning.
I hate it. I hate waking up early. But like once you're like sitting by the kitchen table with a candle lit, it just feels so good.
Oh.
Does 6 o'clock exist twice in the course of a day? Because there's the PM one.
Yes. There's and then there's the one you sleep through.
Yeah. I've never seen that one. I actually have seen it just on the back end.
From the back end, yes.
I must admit, my husband, Rob, lots of the people in the chat will know him, so I must mention he does do the early shift because I've done the nighttime. So there are days where I don't have to see 6 o'clock, and they are special.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
He is. He's a saint.
I think the best couples are made when people kind of compensate for each other. Complement each other. So you have like really yin yang personalities.
Yeah. Teamwork stuff.
Yeah, but just ready to embrace each other's kind of kinks and kind of these little edges, and I love that.
It's a lovely image. Play us this last tune then before we
The
get
last
stuck
tune.
into the chat.
Yeah, here's a song for you guys. I was wondering how I would follow your song, so I decided to just not even worry about it and just like play a song. It's called Wanderlust, and it's for all of us three, because the travel is such an important part of the whole thing, meeting all the new wonderful people and seeing the world and just embracing all these new experiences. And I can't wait to get to travel with you guys and go on a train again. I love trains. So this song is written on a train in Poland. I was touring in Poland, and I wrote this song because there was like this weird sound in the wheels. They were making like this, and it made this weird beat that this song came out of. But it still is just like this old country song. Ain't it hard to have a home when all you're longing for is to ramble and roam? It makes it hard to have a home. And ain't it good to say goodbye? Throw your troubles into the sky. It makes it good to say goodbye. I have walked and I have strayed so many roads, so many ways, and I've stumbled and I fell low. So much to see, so much to show, and ain't it hard have a home when all you're longing for is to ramble and roam? It makes it hard to have a home. And as the world glides on by on a train, a tiny sigh leaves my mouth and greets the day. Drifts on south, floats away, and ain't it hard to have a home when all you're longing for is to ramble and roam?
makes it hard to have a home. And ain't it good to say goodbye? Throw your troubles into the sky. It makes it good to say goodbye. It makes it sweet to say goodbye. It makes it hard to have a home, but kind of sad to be alone. Thank you. Sweet.
Perfect sentiment to end on.
I heartily agree. That was just gorgeous.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you.
Thank you. All three of you. It was a really special and charming and very funny show as well. Viewers, I hope you all enjoyed this episode as much as I have. Please feel free to send the link on to friends or to family and to watch it again as much as you like. The show stays online for everybody to watch for the next 7 days. I'm going to ask all of the artists a little bit about what they've been up to lately, but before I do that, I want to remind everybody watching that, as Imi and Risa mentioned earlier, these shows are not ticketed, they're donation-based. So if you've been watching, we'd like to ask you to make a donation, if you're able to, via the PayPal link, which the ladies have posted below and in the comments box as well. We suggest an amount of £10, but whatever you're able to give will be very, very much appreciated. Your donation will be divided 4 ways between the 3 artists that you've just watched tonight and the green note for the running costs of these live shows. Your support, as I'm sure you can imagine, really does mean a great deal to us at the moment. So it helps the artists keep creating music that you love and helps Green Note put it on for you. So now we've come to the bit in the evening that's like a virtual chat with the artist around the merch table at the end of the gig. So we are very keen to hear all of your news and what you've been up to lately and find out how we can get involved. So ADYN, I hear that you've recently released an EP, which is part of a full album that's out in a few months. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so I released In Frames 1A, and there will be a 2B, and 3C will be the entire 12-song album. I actually started recording the album quite a while ago, and then the pandemic started, and so it was put on hold for a long time, but it is all wrapping up and ready to come your way this year, sometime in the summer, and I'm going to put out a new song soon, and just keep writing and recording songs in my new makeshift walk-in closet studio. So,
wow,
yeah.
That all sounds good. I'm looking
Pretty
forward
good.
to that.
Yeah, thank you.
And Lucy, I hear you've just started a new podcast called Thank Folk for Feminism. Please tell us all about that.
It's been a really exciting week because it launched on Wednesday. Thank Folk for Feminism. So it pretty much does what it says on the tin. It's this... Well, I co-host it with Pinky Ward, who isn't related to me, but she's my sister from another mister, and we just want it to be this fun and uplifting place where we can share the stories and the voices and the music and the struggles and the triumphs of women within the folk sector, and just kind of open up this blow open the conversation of feminist issues within the folk sector, and really kind of running on the back of the great work that has been done through the Trad Stands With Her movement, Bit Collective, Esperance, and all of the women who who've been brave enough and bold enough to come forward with their stories of sexism and misogyny and abuse that they've experienced. And it's just kind of made us realise that there's a real need for a women-focused, inclusive, diverse space to just celebrate all the great people that we've got on board. So people can find out more about it at thankfolkforfeminism.co.uk, and we have all the social media places as well. Or if you head to my website, which is on the screen, I've got a link there. I hope I have a link. I can hear Rob already squirreling away, checking there is a link in the distance.
LucyWardSings.com. Yeah. That sounds absolutely amazing. Brilliant. We're looking forward to exploring that.
Thank
I've got somebody here saying Lucy's podcast is amazing. Awe-inspiring interview with Peggy Seeger. So that sounds good.
She was incredible. Yeah, what an incredible activist and woman, and it just felt like such a coup to get her to be our very first guest, and she drops some amazing wisdom and insights and sings live for us on the show.
Oh, wonderful. We're looking forward to that. Thank you. And Svavar, I hear that you have just been made president of the Icelandic Folk Society, if that's the right name. I actually just searched up for that, and up top came Huldafolk, but I'm assuming you haven't just been made president of Hidden Elves. So tell us the correct name of the society you've just been made president of.
Thank you. I'm the founding president of Ísfolk, which is the Icelandic Folk Association. But we're just still in the process of getting up a website and stuff. But we're doing a lot of like mapping and trying to do all this contact work, and we're really swamped with all kinds of cooperations, and it's great. It's a lot of fun work and opportunities, and because Iceland didn't have a real folk association until now, so there was no way to really get in touch with the Icelandic folk community. So now finally it is there.
That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Yeah. And we're just working on getting a web page up, and we have a little Facebook page, which is, but the funny thing is that Ísfolk is it's the same name as like this weird half porn romantic novels by Margit Sindermo. So basically when people Google us, they they get
You're gonna
like
get some kind of search engine optimization on that.
Yes. But it's okay. It's if you need to know, you know. If you want to get in touch with Icelandic Folk Association, you probably will figure it out. You will, and you will know the difference.
And you could probably also open some eyes from the people that were looking for the other stuff as well. So
one thing that was
good.
really during Global Music Match, what really opened my eyes. I realized that Iceland is such a small community. I mean, it's 300,000 of us, and folk is not big here because we are still in the process of post-colonial shame, which is a rough state to be in. So Icelanders want to be really international pop, so folk is kind of lame here. So it's like we're still working on getting it up, but that means we have very limited infrastructure, and just witnessing the tools that these guys that are in the Global Music Match, my colleagues, the tools you guys have, and the network of festivals and clubs and house concerts and stuff that's available to you, I'm like dying with envy, and I just I want to connect, you feel just like, oh my God, I want just to just dive into this, which is awesome.
Well, I think that's one of the benefits of lockdown, actually, that it's kind of forcing everybody to connect in this way just across the world, and I think that's only a good thing, definitely.
But right now in Iceland, like my work right now is I'm visiting a lot of old folks' homes and playing for them because they really need that right now because they've gotten their COVID shots, and now we can go and sing for them a little bit.
Cheer them up a bit, absolutely. Well, thank you very much. It's been an absolutely hilarious, charming, brilliant and beautiful show tonight. I hope you've all enjoyed tonight's show as much as I have. So, for the last time, we'll say goodbye and thank you to the wonderfully compelling ADYN TOWNES.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. And goodbye and thank you to the sublimely excellent Lucy Ward.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Good night.
Thank
Our
you, Lucy.
pleasure. And goodbye and thank you to everybody's favourite comfort hobbit, the magical Svavar Knútur. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Emma.
Thank you. And thank you all for joining us tonight. A big thank you to Imi and Risa, as ever, and to Ali for being so brilliant and working his technical magic behind the scenes. We're here every Wednesday and Friday with fantastic new lineups for every show. Thanks for tuning in, you magic people. Good night to you all, and we'll see you back here very soon.